Hey everybody, welcome to my Draw My Life video. I'm going to share with you guys my life story and things you just don't know about me. So it was the year 1988 and I have my mom and my dad and they had 5 kids at that time. My sister, my brother, my sister, and my other sister. And then on a cold, chilly evening, I was born, and I was the 6th child. I was born in Ukraine, but at that time it was the USSR, so it was the Soviet Union, and we were ruled under Russia. 1 week later, it was time to go home, and my parents got a car ride to home. So when they were sitting in the car holding me, my brother and my sister and everyone ran out the door very excited. And they were holding a big package and they said, "Mom and Dad, there's mail." And this package was really important because it meant we can start the immigration process and leave the country and go to Canada, because that was my parents' plan. And the reason we were leaving the country is because at that time, my family was Christian and we were Pentecostal, and America was allowing all the Pentecostals to leave the country because we were persecuted. At Soviet Union time, they did not like Christians. So we were able to go to Canada as refugees. So we packed up all our things and were ready to leave the country and went on a train ride to Austria. That was our first stop. I don't remember anything. I was only a couple months old, but this is what my mom's told me. So we were in Austria for 3 weeks. And then the next stop was going to Italy. So we took a train again and packed up all our things. With my parents took 6 kids and my grandma, so there was 9 of us. And we lived in Italy for 10 months. So that's where I learned how to walk and all that fun stuff. And in 1990, finally we got papers that we can fly to Canada and finally immigrate to the country. So we all took a huge plane and flew to Canada, and we arrived at Toronto and some people came to pick us up. I was already 1.5 years old and there was all 9 of us. We were all very excited to finally be in a country that has freedom and peace, and we arrived there in April 1990 and we lived in Hamilton and we got a house that we got to rent and live in welfare. So then something happened. 3 months later, my youngest sister was born and I was not the baby anymore. And it was the 7th child and the 6th girl. So we lived there for almost 7 years, and I just want to show you some pictures of me as a little baby. I look different there. There's my sisters, and we grew up there. We went to school, had so much fun with neighbors. I was a very shy girl, so I hated school, but I loved being home and playing with my family. And then my parents finally decided to move closer to her sister, and they bought their first home, and it was very exciting. It was a big home where everyone could fit better, and we relocated to a different city 2 hours away, and I was 7 years old, so I had to go to a brand new school and meet new friends. And it was not too bad. But one thing about me was I was very shy and I hated school. I would cry all the time to my mom and I didn't speak. I had many issues. Even when I was in kindergarten, I wouldn't want to talk, and it was just really, really hard. But when I started growing up a little bit, I started being less shy and started making more friends. And in grade 4, it was pretty good. I had a big group of friends, and it was a really exciting, fun time. So I grew up, loved jump rope and just playing fun games with my friends at school. And at home, I loved playing Barbies with my sister. It was like the only thing we did. We had such an imagination and creativity. And then in grade 5 and 6, there was a lot of drama with friends. Things like girls would say I said mean things to them, just rumors made up, gossip made up, and it made me very sad and sick of it that every day I would have some kind of friend mad at me. And so in grade 7, I decided to have no more friends, no more drama, and I was all alone. The whole year of grade 7, I did not hang out with anyone, and even teachers were questioning me. But in grade 8, I decided to make it the best year, and I met new friends in my class, and I had so much fun, and I was really happy. And then it was graduation time in grade 8, and I'll never forget my grade 8 teacher, Mrs. Hale, and she gave everybody a letter. And in that note, she wrote that she believes that one day I am going to hatch out of that cocoon and I am going to come out as a beautiful butterfly. And that really opened my eyes and made me realize that maybe I can be successful in life, that the shyness doesn't need to control me, that I am smart and I can do better in school because I had really bad grades. Even though I did not like school, I had so many friends in church, and faith and God was really important in my family. And we went to a church every Sunday. We were very involved. We had a huge group of kids, and I had so many friends there. And I was so involved in church. We had choirs, we had camps, we had picnics. It was so much fun. We had presentations and plays that I did, and it was the best time in church, and I made really, really good friends. Now, in high school, I was very positive when I came in. I thought I'm going to be more outgoing. I won't be shy. But to be honest with you, I still was shy. It was hard for me to be more outgoing. But I did make a lot of friends, and I really started making really good grades and working hard. Then when I was finishing grade 10, my mom told me really bad news for me personally. She said that they bought another house and we are moving to a different city. This made me so upset and cry because I finally made friends and I was comfortable in my high school, and I thought I have to go to a new high school for grade 11 and 12. So at that time, I had one more month of school. I started focusing on God, and I would just go to the park, distance myself from friends, and I would just read Bible and pray. And on my lunch break, I would just go to a park and take pictures because I had a camera and just hang out and talk to God. And that really made me not really scared of grade 11 and 12, which started, and it was hard. The school was huge. I didn't really make any friends. I made like one friend, and there was just some people that I talked to, but I didn't really focus on friends. I kind of focused more on God. But at that time, there was two big events that happened in my life. And the first is I decided to take water baptism and dedicate my life to Jesus and live for Him. And then also, my oldest sister had a baby and I became an aunt. It was the first grandchild. It was the most exciting thing, having a niece. I loved her so much, and that really opened my eyes into what I wanted to do when I finished high school. And I decided I'm going to go to college to be an ECE, which is an early childhood educator. My college program was for 2 years, and I had so much fun in college. I learned so much. I made so many great friends that I am still friends with right now. I loved college. It was so much more different than high school. And I actually went to college when I was 17, and I graduated when I was 19, so I was pretty young. So I really tried to act mature and professional. I was actually really proud I had a diploma and that I got honors. It was just one of the most accomplished things I've ever done because I struggled a lot in school when I was younger. So once I got my first job, I was really excited and I thought I could save the world and help all the children, but unfortunately, I was really disappointed when I realized how business works, and they really underpay you, they unappreciate you, and they use you. And it was hard work, and people really treat you like a babysitter, even though you want to be a professional teacher. But the good thing is, while I was working for all these couple years, I had a lot of friends in church, and we had so much fun. I was living for the weekend, so we would go bowling. We had so much youth. I traveled a lot. I'd go to different churches, different events, and I met so many girls and youth. So in 2010, I had such a fun year. And actually, what's funny is I didn't work for 6 months. I was laid off in my job because of the recession. So I decided to travel a lot because I saved money. So in the beginning of the year, I went to Cuba, and it was a blast. And then I got to go to California for one of my friend's wedding, and I fell in love with California. And then I also got to go to New York City, so it was so much fun. Also in 2010, my best friend got married, so the wedding was a big event. But after her wedding, a lot of things changed. all my friends were gone. I was bored. I had nothing to do. And 2011 was a really sad year for me. I did not hang out with anyone. My friend moved away, and I kind of just, would work all the time and then just be home and sit around. And it just really made me upset, and it made me really want to think about my future. And like, I just was so shy of guys. I thought, how am I ever going to have a boyfriend or a husband? So I started making a prayer journal, and I would just write down everything, all my thoughts and all my prayers to God, and just keep praying and asking Him to send me a guy who will be my lifetime partner and who will love me for who I am. And after several months, in 2012, on a New Year's Day, we went to one church in Toronto, and I really just prayed that evening about my future, and I just really had peace that, you know what, this is going to be a good year. And actually, it was really interesting was in that day, my sister met one guy, and in April after, they got engaged. And so they had a big engagement party, and he invited his friends, and all our family was there, and he brought 4 guys with him. So I met 4 guys there, and I did not think anything about it. I'm the type, I do not judge a guy by how he looks. I need to get to know the guy, so I didn't think anything about it. But apparently one of the guys was interested in me, and he liked me. So everyone pushed me to talk with him. Now, I didn't know how to respond with this because I've never had a guy interest in me or like me. So I kind of was really shy about it and kind of put walls up and didn't trust this guy because I wasn't sure like if he really did like me because everyone was saying that. And so I was kind of like playing hard to get, and I would be like, hey, if he likes me, he needs to call me or text me, whatever. That spring, we would hang out a lot with like a bunch of people, and eventually he started texting me, and we would phone call each other every single day and text each other and just get to know each other because he did live like an hour away from me, so we only got to see each other in the weekend, or like odd days we would see each other in the week after work. We started getting more serious, and in July he told me that he loved me, and I told him I loved him back. And here are just some cute pictures of us while we were dating, and I can talk about our love story like for a very long time. Yeah, we were completely in love with each other and head over heels. It was the most exciting time ever in my life. Our relationship was getting a lot more serious, and we knew that we wanted to be together forever. And in August, we went out on a date, and then we went to the lake. And he went down on his knee by a lighthouse at the lake, and he asked me if I can be his wife. And of course, I said yes. And we were so excited to get married, and he was like, let's get married next month. And I was like, no, we need to plan. So we decided, because we knew that we loved each other and we are the one. What's the point of waiting? We both are not in college, and we both had saved money. So we decided we're going to get married in 4 months. So we quickly planned our wedding really, really fast. And we decided to have a winter wonderland wedding. My husband moved to my city because of my work, and he was able to get a new job. And after 6 months, we were able to get a mortgage and buy our first home. It was the most exciting thing. And that time, I did have a fairly new job when we got the house. And my husband was working a bit in construction, and then he got his own business, so it was a lot easier. But the thing was, I really still struggled at work. I just did not like it at all. I just did not like how we were treated badly, and we did not get paid well. And I was really, for several years actually, I was trying to get a job at the school board because I really, really wanted to be a kindergarten assistant. And for 4 years I was always applying, and I actually got an interview 3 times, and I never got the job. I always got a letter that said, sorry, we chose somebody else. And it really made me upset, and I just was sick of working. A year later, the most exciting news happened, and I got a positive pregnancy test. And I was really excited and so happy that we are able to have a gift from heaven, and I could not believe there was a human growing in me. So I worked at my job for 9 months, and then I left in maternity leave. So we had our first baby on August 5th, 2015, and we named him Luca Benjamin, and it was love at first sight. I could not believe how much love I have for a little human and that I created him and made him and gave birth to him. So we are very, very happy with our son, and he's growing up and he's busy toddler now. And I am so grateful that I'm able to stay home with him. I also started YouTube when I had him, and I just share fun videos of being a mother and just organization videos of home and other kinds of videos. I am just so blessed and happy that I have a husband and a son, and everyone is healthy and happy, and I just love my family so much. And we started discussing about having more kids because our boy was almost 2 years old. In June, I got a positive pregnancy test, and we are just so grateful to God that there is another human being growing in my stomach, and Luca is going to be a big brother. Of course, he doesn't understand it right now, but I'm sure it's going to be very exciting, and we are so thankful to God that he's going to give us another child, and we are so excited for the new chapter of our life of having more children. And if you guys have enjoyed this Draw My Life video, click thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my videos because I'm going to be doing a lot of pregnancy update and a lot of pregnancy videos. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!